It's time for the next episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles, and what is this? So yes, we finally made it to the Witchcrafter episode of the Magistus lore, and while I knew this was definitely going to be different from the previous episodes, it actually was kind of funny to see how everything played out. So we start off on this little port town that is getting ready for their annual festival, and we also catch up with the Witchcrafters, a guild of, Witchcrafters, each of them having their own magical expertise. And sure, when we first get inside their manor, we see Madame Verre, but then also we're kind of hit with a bunch of the other characters all just there at once, as they're all doing their own things to get ready for the festival. But we also now get a bit of a hint of the actual conflict, as we learn that Schmeda, the tomboyish looking one, the best one in the group, got in an argument with the Carpenter Guild and accidentally made a wager that they would create the best fireworks display in a contest, at the same time betting the land that their manor sits on. So yeah, decently high stakes from a dumb little mistake, and she's obviously very apologetic, but after coming together, they're sure to collect enough magical gems and everything to get the job done. So yes, a very magical comedy, slice of life-ish sort of plot. In a way feels very similar to all the Charmer episodes we got a while back, and like I said, it definitely kind of fits the vibe of the Witchcrafters going on here, but we know that eventually Madame Verre at least will connect to a deeper story, as we the fans may know that she is actually Leona, just transformed into this state here, but we do also get the detail that it's actually some dramatic irony, as not all the Witchcrafters know this, all of them assuming that Leona, the founder of the Witchcrafter, is somewhere else. So the rest of the episode becomes everybody working together, gathering as many gems as they can, and also working on their own little expertise of bringing things together for the festival, and we get a little taste of most of their personality. I will say that mostly we get to understand Madame Verre as the sort of aloof leader of everyone, seemingly the youngest, but as we know, she's the most experienced. We really get an understanding of Schmeda because she's the reason the plot exists, just with how much she really cares about the rest of the Witchcrafters, and Madame Verre herself, as we learn that she only made the bet because the Carpenter Guild insulted her. We also get a bit of understanding of Hain as well, as she's sort of the right-hand witch, or at least the one who has a lot of responsibility despite being very anxious about it. And finally, we also learn a bit about Jenny, who is just about the most mature of the group and the only one who knows Madame Verre's secret. And overall, for how short it is, I think that makes most sense to only focus on some quick little aspects of these characters, but as we know, the episode is titled after Madame Verre, so she's gotta get the most focus, as we catch up with the scoundrels at the bar who made the bet with Schmeda, also finding out that he and the other guy just really hate the Witchcrafters in general and even try to cut off their gem supply, at which point Madame Verre shows up and reveals a little bit of her true nature, her voice even getting deeper as she nonchalantly threatens the guys, so also just getting to see how much she actually cares about the Witchcrafters even though she doesn't really show it all the time is really nice to see, and it also plants the seeds for whatever we're gonna see from her in the future. So the festival goes off without a hitch, the Carpenter Guild even withdrew from the contest, and the Witchcrafters all get to hang out and enjoy the fireworks display that they worked so hard to put together. So yeah, a pretty nice little ending to the episode, as apparently the next day Madame Verre gets a note and is told that some friends are getting together, and we know just who those buddies are based on the previous episodes. So as she leaves the Witchcrafters to reunite with the other sages, I think overall this was a fine little episode. Obviously this was going to be the structure of the Magistus lore anyway, where each of the sages gets an episode to show their personalities and also where they are in life, before all eventually coming together to stop Zeroa. So I think this was a fun episode, a nice little break before the last episode next month, and like I said, it definitely kind of felt a bit like a Charmers episode, but I enjoyed it. So let me know what you think in the comments below about this episode, and also tell me which Witchcrafter is your favorite. If you enjoyed watching, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hype up the video as well, and if you want to see me talk about other anime besides Yu-Gi-Oh, I do have an anime channel that I'm gonna link everywhere appropriately. It is called GatorX Ultra. But anyway, this is GatorX Yu-Gi-Oh, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all later.